Well, all right. Hello, everyone, and happy Friday. It's digital host A.J. Wuest here, welcoming you back to Before the Four, the live stream where I go through some of 48's top news stories and then some before our 4 o'clock newscast. I say it every day wherever you're watching Before the Four this afternoon, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or the 48 Now live stream. As always, thank you so much for watching and spending just a bit of your Friday afternoon here. Now, let's jump into some of the day's top stories, and let's begin in a bit of state news. A suspect is now behind bars in connection with the mass shooting in Montgomery last weekend. Now, Montgomery police say they have arrested and charged a male juvenile, but his name and exact age has not been released at this time. The department did release a video. That's what you're seeing on screen right now. The video shows only the suspect's legs as he is patted down and put into a patrol unit. The suspect is currently facing 1 count of capital murder, 9 counts of first-degree assault, and 3 counts of second-degree assault. Now, Montgomery police say the suspect was arrested Friday and booked into the Montgomery County Detention Center. And we'll have all the latest on this situation coming up in our evening newscasts. But now let's talk about the weather. Football Friday tonight, and it's expected to be a beautiful night tonight as well as the weekend. But let's turn over to 48 First Alert meteorologist Jada Russell, who has the latest. Jada?
It's a good night across the valley. We're continuing to see some gorgeous conditions. Taking a look out at Huntsville right now, 75 is where we sit, nice and comfortable. Lots of us are expected to see some mid to upper 70s throughout the rest of the afternoon. Some areas already taking a plunge into those low end 70s, about 72 near Winchester, 74 for Fort Payne. We're expecting to see the opportunity for some 60s in the forecast as we get closer to post sunset. 7 o'clock will be around 66 here in Huntsville. Across the valley, we'll be in those mid 60s throughout the rest of the night. And by the time we get to about 9 and 10 o'clock, that's when we get to some of those 50s. We're going to start seeing 59s and 58s kind of popping up around the valley. So keep that in mind. It's going to be a cool night, and the breeze will continue to follow us overnight as well. So pack a light jacket if you have some outdoor plans. Now, tomorrow is Alabama A&M's homecoming. It's going to be a nice, gorgeous day, a bit of a rinse and repeat from what we've seen today. We're expecting to see some patchy fog to start out the morning. Temperatures around the mid 50s at 8 a.m. But as we go through the rest of the day, warming up to those mid and upper 70s by the afternoon.
All right, well, sounds good. Thank you, Jada. And also, don't forget First Alert Weather Extra. I say it every day. That is tonight at 9:30. You're just not going to want to miss it. We'll have all the latest for your weekend plans coming up with Weather Extra. But now we're going to head to a story in case you missed it, following up on the investigation into Deshler High School student August Borden, who was severely injured after investigators say it was a, quote, freak accident. Now, Madison County District Attorney Robert Broussard addresses the social media fallout regarding the case. Nick Ballinger with more.
It was a cut-and-dry announcement from Madison County DA Robert Broussard surrounding the investigation into Deshler High Schooler August Borden's injuries.
This case is closed.
Borden was hospitalized in August with multiple skull and facial fractures. The DA's office has found no criminal conduct with any teammates involved, calling this a, quote, freak accident.
Was it criminal behavior? Even if he didn't intend it, was he reckless in the behavior? And he wasn't.
Protesters outside of the school Thursday aren't happy.
I was like, don't sound right. It sounded like corruption and cover up.
And she's not the only one, with thousands taking to social media saying things like cover up or somebody got paid and this is no accident.
It's the court of public opinion.
Investigators with the DA's office interviewed 17 people, 8 of them eyewitnesses.
How about real evidence? How about real witnesses? Let's delve into this. By the time you come up with the answer, they don't want to hear it. We made up our mind weeks ago. You know, he's guilty.
Psychotherapist Monretta Vega says the comments online can start to stack up quickly against Borden's teammates.
You have 2 different traumatic situations that have to be processed. Not only did I view something and witness something that was traumatic, but now I'm being blamed for it or I'm being accused of my actions.
This didn't happen 20 years ago. But nowadays you have this platform where everybody is so self-important and their opinion means so much, their mind is made up.
Now, following up on the murder case of retired Lieutenant Colonel Alonzo McGee. More people are coming forward with information on that 2013 murder after a $25,000 reward was offered last week from authorities. Noah Cowell reports.
Two people have come forward with information regarding the murder of Alonzo McGee since a $25,000 reward was offered last week. Investigators won't reveal how close they are to making any sort of arrest, but they are urging people who are hungry for justice to hang in there. Nearly 13 years have gone by since McGee was shot 17 times in the driveway of the family home after his ex-wife Phyllis asked him to drop off medication for one of their children. Investigator Chris Hines, who has worked on this case the past 4 years, says they've had plenty of leads and information over the years, but not enough to make an arrest. He says they're evaluating the new information presented and re-interviewing several people.
We're going to make sure that the Huntsville Police Department has done everything that it can do to bring resolution to the case.
McGee's longtime friend Greg Parker says he believes the only way they'll get more information is to go straight through McGee's ex-wife or his children who are now adults. Parker also wants to know how it was possible for the family not to hear any gunshots outside while McGee was being killed, especially when they knew he was heading over to drop off medication.
I don't understand how 17 shots can take place. His headlights could be on in his vehicle, 9 emergency vehicles be there, and a police officer to be knocking on the door for an excess of 10 minutes and no one answers the door. I don't understand how no one in the house would be aware of what was going on outside.
I reached out to McGee's ex-wife, but she declined to be interviewed. Investigator Hines told me they are working diligently to find out if this new information will help in their investigation. Reporting in Huntsville, Noah Cowell, 48 News, on your side.
Now we're going to head to break, but coming up, talking a little pigskin, now in week 7 of high school football, and you know we'll be talking about that game of the week. It's all ahead. We'll go through it all in 1 minute. Well, all right, break time is over. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Before the Four. I see on Facebook we have a comment from Beverly. She said, beautiful night and day. You are not kidding, Beverly. And she said, got my windows open and making taco soup. That sounds like a great Friday to me, Beverly. Weather is perfect outside. It's not too hot, but not too cold as well. This is the perfect October weather, in my opinion. And what's better than some taco soup on a Friday? You gotta love it. Beverly, thank you so much for commenting. And it is now the Battle of the Wildcats tonight as the Cats of Gunnersville head on out to Scottsboro to face those Cats for our 48 game of the week. 48's Kaylee Tinkelstad gives us a look into what to expect tonight from both squads. Let's take a look.
Scottsboro is currently on a 2-game losing streak, including their first region loss to 2-4 Brewer in Week 6. Next up for the Wildcats, the top team in Class 5A Region 8, Guntersville, will make the trip to Trammell Stadium.
We worry about Scottsboro and how we play. Last week we didn't play up to our standards, so we're going to have to do a better job this week, but it makes it tough knowing you've got back-to-back tough opponents.
After the loss to the Patriots, Scottsboro fell to 3rd in the region and faced the 1st and 2nd place teams in Week 7 and 8 respectively. Each of the last 2 games a must-win for the Wildcats to have a shot for a region championship.
We still have a chance to win a region championship. We just have to win the next 2, but they're too tall to ask, and we've got to deal with the first one first, and that's Guntersville here Friday night.
Guntersville comes into Friday undefeated, led by head coach Lance Reese. The Wildcats are averaging over 5 scores a game.
They're a well-coached football team, so they don't make a lot of mistakes, so we don't have to force some mistakes, hopefully, by them.
For Scottsboro, the goal is to use the last 2 weeks as learning lessons, and lesson number 1, hold on to the football.
If you turn the ball over, your chances of winning go way down. So we need to take care of the football and then play really hard for 4 quarters.
In Scottsboro, Kaylee Tingelstad, 48 Sports, on your side.
Should be an exciting one, the battle of the Wildcats, Guntersville and Scottsboro. And also make sure you tune in to our 48 tailgate tour. Our digital show is at 5:35 tonight. We'll have Carl Prather, we'll have Kaylee Tinkelstad, we'll have Brad Travis out there, of course Peyton Walker, all at Scottsboro High School for our tailgate tour to see the pregame happenings going on out there. You're just not going to want to miss it. You can watch it wherever you're watching Before the Four right now, and it's just going to be awesome. You're just not going to want to miss it. And also, that's not it. We're going to be continuing our coverage of high school football here in Week 7 with 48 Blitz tonight at 10. We'll have all the local scores and the highlights across North Alabama, as well as Blitz OT, our digital show, which will be starting up at 10:30 right here on wherever you're watching Before the Four right now. We'll have even more highlights. We might talk to a coach, whoever wins our 48 game of the week like we did last week. It's a great show, another one you're just not going to want to miss. And if you are looking for some scores to follow here across the Tennessee Valley, we are currently on WAFF.com. You're going to go to this sports page right here. At the top it says sports, and then you are going to click on sports scores. These are all the matchups happening tonight here in North Alabama. We'll be updating these scores in real time as they come in. A couple games happened tonight. We had New Hope, Madison Academy pulled out that win over New Hope 33-10. And here are all the games so you can keep track of what's happening here in Week 7 and some Tennessee Valley High School football. We got you covered. We got you covered. But now let's go into these stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. Details on a new sky bridge coming to Huntsville. 48's Faith Delp will have more on that. The latest on a fatal explosion in Tennessee. At this moment, 19 are missing or feared dead. Tragic story up there in the Volunteer State. We are certainly keeping them in our thoughts and prayers. And finally, gearing up for homecoming weekend at Alabama A&M. And these are just a few of the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. And we asked our Facebook fun question a little bit later today. I think it was around 3 o'clock. We asked our 48 Facebook question of the day. It was, what is your favorite tailgate tradition? I am not seeing any comments on Facebook at this moment, but I'll share what is one of my favorite tailgate traditions. I definitely love the eating aspect of it. Maybe you're out grilling, maybe you're making some barbecue, smoking some barbecue. I definitely love that eating aspect. I love the music aspect of tailgating, and of course the awesome games that you can do when gearing up to watch your favorite team play, whether it's the Alabama Crimson Tide, whether it's the Auburn Tigers, whatever team you root for, Alabama A&M this weekend for homecoming. Maybe you have an NFL team you follow, the Tennessee Titans, the Atlanta Falcons. It is just an awesome experience. I love tailgating. Definitely cornhole is one of those games I am not very good at, but I do enjoy playing a bit of cornhole every now and then. But I love the eating, I love the music, and I love the games. You got to love the tailgating traditions. But y'all, that is just about it for today's Before the Four. Thank you for tuning in and spending just a bit of your Friday afternoon here. I hope you all have a great night tonight. Enjoy tonight's evening newscast. Enjoy 48 Blitz. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You all have a great night.